is dependent on Newton's laws of motion. So the first seconds they may be slightly different, but imagination, innovation, creativity.
For joining our principal St. Joseph's School, thank you for having your business biscuits and cakes ITC Sunfeast Dark.
I thank ITC group for organizing
Schools and the current education system promotes imagination in kids. Father Rohan, thank you once again for joining us and having us here today. As the head of an educational institute, you've seen children across different ages.
Different things. So the way we have carried Mangalyaan to the orbit. So with meager resources, we have a PSLV launch vehicle which looks like a Lilliput in front of big Saturn Soyuz kind of launch vehicles. So all this was possible because of the imagination.
Absolutely. Well, I think fostering science and imagination is crucial in kids. And I think most of us here would also want to go back to our childhood and relive those beautiful days. Well, thank you so much, sir.
little big fantasies. First of all, I would like to tell about, I would like to narrate two incidences of two great personalities when I speak about imagination. One thing is in the life of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He happens to be the old student of St. Joseph Trichy, and he remembers his teacher in class. So that example I would like to give. Second example I would like to give from the life of Kalpana Chawla. Kalpana Chawla, when she was there during summer, her brother narrates the incident. They used to sleep on the rooftop, and he narrates that she was not sleeping. At least you some concepts you understand better. Class, it will be boring sometimes. And in today's world, we have so many things to imagine. We have got media, then YouTube channels, and so many things which will help you to imagine plays an important role. So therefore, in the classrooms, teachers use different methodologies to create this imagination. That imagination will make us successful in life. You take any field, without imagination, we cannot succeed in life. Imagination leads us to innovation. Imagination field of education, and it is evolving because present generation, if you ask them to read and write, they will not understand. And we have changes taking place in the field of
imagination designer. But today we're talking to you as a mother. So how have we come a very long way, especially to what I was when I was in school, right? Today things have changed. And I guess that's the objective of today's event as well. Sunfeast Dark Fantasies, Wing Fantasies. It's all about building wings to imagination. Now I would like to talk to you, Mandira.
How the genes are transmitted from the parents to the children. And there were two twins in the class. They went home. They cut the jeans band of father and mother.
What age? 10 to 11. Who here wants to be a pilot who will fly a plane? Who here wants to be an astronaut? Who here wants to be an artist? Artist? Lots of artists. So beautiful, because at the age of 8, 9, 10, you really believe you can be anything, you can do anything, because you're not an artist, because my son is an artist. But she believes she can be. Who here wants to be a dog trainer? There you go. This is what you call imagination.
Absolutely.
At this age, they don't know what it entails, they don't know what it means, but they want to be so many things because they believe they can be so many things.
Absolutely.
So my daughter has been there, done that, the tooth fairy. My daughter believes in the tooth fairy. My God, every time a tooth breaks, tooth falls off, she puts it in an envelope and she writes a letter and she's hoping for a gift or something. That is imagination, that is innocence. But when you're 13 years old, again, my daughter will pick up pens and pencils and doodle anywhere she can possibly do so, because she believes she's creative, she believes she's got that imagination to create and make one where you believe anything can happen, one where you can imagine every fantasy, every dream coming true, and the other where there's a little more reality check where you say, you know what, you still believe things can happen, but not like it to do. So imagination will allow you that.
Yeah.
And my son says to her, no book.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on a lighter note, Mandira, I would love to know.
Be all that she wants to be, that will come true, that can be possible. And on the other hand, I have to get my son to also go back to his state of distance and tell him.
So what was
It's certainly not to be an actor, because that happened totally by chance.
Yeah.
It's certainly not to be a sportsman, because that also happened by chance. I was just following my brother's and see
The brain works, it's very difficult. Okay, it may sound very, very difficult, but I'm going to make it as easy as for you guys as possible. Okay, the first term is, it's called synaptogenesis in our term. Okay, so it means that brain is forming new connections. So you see an apple, a connection is developed in your brain. You see an elephant, a connection is developed in your fast speed in your brain. That's called synaptogenesis. Then the next is plasticity. That means a very, very flexible mind. You know, whatever I'm throwing at you, you're just absorbing it. No questions. Oh, it's possible. Anything is possible. And then comes synaptic pruning. That means we are pruning now the synapses, the networks which have been formed. If you're not using anything, the brain is going to just cut them off and throw them in the dustbin, and they're gone. You're not going to get it throughout your life. So, you know, I hope this makes a little sense, the terms. Now I will come to the point of how a young child's mind works. You know, let's say a child till 10 years of age. You know, what is happening in this young child's brain? There's so much.
All the important discoveries, inventions have happened by observing the nature. Recently I have seen a YouTube thing where earlier they used to have a lot of problem in supersonic planes where the noise that it used to make used to be big problem. Then someone observed a kingfisher bird, how it catches its prey, how it dives, and